Ak-Barge. No. I'm not in the desert. I'm not about to be fucking beheaded. It was just a joke. It was just a joke. But, I've heard dying sheep that sound better. Yeah, right. Yeah. Fucking rubbish. And here's another fucking piece of rubbish. The crap that's going on at the barge at the moment. These complete moronic idiots, morons that have control of the barge. Hey, this looks a bit funny, doesn't it? This looks a bit fucking funny. My funny sort of like hat. There you go. Get you straight. Because I'm told that some people fucking like you to be straight and don't like wonky camera angles. So this one's for you. Yeah. So anyway, before we get going, I need to do something. So great. And of course, you all know it's just snuff. It's just snuff. So it's great though. Wonderful. Yeah. The Barge Inn. There are people there that are claiming that they're trying to run a restaurant. But, if you're trying to run a restaurant, then you have to be wanting to sell food. And I don't think much of what they're trying to sell as food actually could maybe legally be defined as food. I don't know. It's a very close line that's being drawn here. And, normally pubs and public houses, they like to, be nice to their customers and gratify them and, have them come back. And this pub doesn't seem to really want to gratify its customers very much and want them to come back. Or certainly not the customers that have been there for the last 100 years. They're not welcome anymore, or it seems that way. Yeah, it's pretty much come to pass, I think, now that what I said about the pub being taken over in a hostile way by some people. I think I referred to them as scummy Italians. That got me banned from Facebook for 7 days. But hey, they are mutually exclusive. They are scummy and they're Italians. Now, I'm not saying that scummy Italians, everyone's a scummy Italian. No, I'm not saying that at all. What I was saying was these are fucking scummy Italians. They're Italians and they're fucking scummy. It's just a statement of what I believe to be fact. And the reason I say that is because they bought this pub up, and with all the planning arrangements that were there to turn it into a bed and breakfast with accommodation for a gallery, they built a barn, and this barn was meant to be used by the community. £400,000 of lottery money was given towards this project. Yeah. So, the person who owned the pub prior to the current owners, the Italians, the previous owner pocketed most of that money and, he made a barn, which was kind of left empty apart from the gallery, and the rest of it was left empty, never completed, and, the guy was there for years but he never bothered to finish it. Well, the gallery was finished, but he never let anyone use the gallery, even though he'd had £400,000 of lottery money, of 200,000 of which was just given for a 20-year lease. That's not bad, is it? That's not bad money. It's not to be fucking scoffed at. £200,000, and of course all the work that was done on the lottery money to the pub, in order to decorate it and bring it up to standards. A lot of that was the lottery money as well. So, this guy who'd bought a £500,000 pub, approximately, then had £400,000 worth of lottery money poured around it, with a barn and everything, and then he could sell the pub. He could sell the pub for 900,000. So he basically upped the money he'd made on the pub by £400,000. Yeah. So, not bad. Not bad if you can work, if you can get it. Oh, sorry, I meant not bad work if you can actually criminally fucking mastermind it. Yes, because it's not really work, is it? It's more like getting paid for fucking over the national lottery. Yeah. That guy, Ian McIvor. Yeah, that guy who basically made £400,000 out of screwing the pub for the last number of years, screwing everyone who ran it for massive rentals and forcing them into contracts where they had to buy the beer off him at increased rates, and just trying every little thing he could to make some money, yeah, so that he made the money, but nobody else could make the money because he should make the money, but nobody else could make the money. Yeah, that sort of guy. Yeah. Well, anyway, I just think that we need to do something to kind of let this guy know that it's not over, and it's definitely going to come back on him, karmically, and perhaps other ways as well. I'm all for karma, but I'm also for other ways too. And I think that other ways, i.e., people should be letting this man know. People definitely should be letting this man know that they are not happy with what he did, let alone Pietro and Barbara Tomiokasocci, or fucking whatever her name is, yeah? I think they've made it clear that they are definitely saying fuck you to the barge. But, of course, we should honour our previous cunts who have tried to fuck over the barge. I think we should honour them with some sort of recognition and kind of, appreciation of just what we think of their activity and time there, because they seem to be under the false impression, and it's a self-generated impression. It's purely their own beliefs, from what I've been told in conversations with Ian McIvor, yes, that he was the best thing that ever happened to the pub. The best thing. No. I think crop circles and campsites probably the things that attracted the most people to the pub. And June and Adrian say that their amazing time that they had, where the pub went from strength to strength, was down to crop circles. So, I mean, there's your big landlords admitting to it, and it really is, And then when you get somebody who comes along who's a property developer like Ian McIvor, who just wants to pour some money into something and then turn it into a house and then, triple his money, taking away local village pubs, doing it in Great Bedwin, doing it with the cross keys in Great Bedwin, get in there, fuck it around, make it sterile and put some silly things on the walls that, people think like, what the fuck is this shit, So ruin the atmosphere of the pub, and then, make sure you hire some completely, mutant fucking zero IQ people to run the place. And of course, when they fuck it up, you go, hehe, it's fucked up. I'm going to turn it into a house now. I'm going to turn it into a house now because it's got no money. It's not doing any business. Council it, look, it's not doing any business. It's not doing any business. Can I turn it into a house? Oh, I suppose so then, if it's not doing any business. Yeah. And then it's like, turn it into a house. Whoosh, triple your money. You can go from being a fucking, a complete fucking beggar to a millionaire overnight with that shit, yeah? And, of course, we all know that we live in greedy Britain and there are cunts out there, but you see, a lot of the time, I don't have to deal with these cunts. I don't have to deal with them. I don't have to speak to them. And they're there, and they're out there fox hunting, and they're out there fucking shitting on the countryside and fucking wanting to frack and, basically fuck everything up because they've got their mansion, and therefore they're going to fucking have their say about, oh, but I'm more important than them, They can't have their houses, but I've got my house and all this fucking stuff. No, you can't have any land. It's my land. Get off my land. All this type of twats that live out there. But, it comes to something when, you've got the little men the sort of the low end of the scale, you know, they're trying to clamber their way up on this fucking ladder of, you know, greed and riches, you know, by shitting on local pubs and, you know, and people and buying things to screw people and, you know, asset stripping businesses, basically, you know. It's not right. And what I believe is that we shouldn't let these things ride, you know. These people would rather that we let these things ride. But I think they realise there are consequences to your actions, karmically and otherwise. Now, what I propose is that we do something to let Mr. MacGyver know that, you know, he will not be forgotten. And, you know, he basically has to atone for his sins. Now, I think that we should be creative here and let him know in a creative and positive manner. Yeah. That we don't stand for that shit, Mr. Cunt. Yeah, we ain't standing for that shit. Yeah, and we will get creative and artistic. Yeah, in a positive way. For your negativity, we will hit you with positivity. Yes, I think we should you know, shower him with some positive things. Yeah, and make him realise that we haven't forgotten. We ain't forgotten. And just because you've brought in a bunch of Italian stooges, yeah, that are being, you know, paid by you probably, yeah, to be there, because you know that you can't shit that much in your own fucking backyard because it's going to have serious consequences for you. I would imagine. I would imagine that you wouldn't even be hearing this from me if it was kind of like if you did that, because I mean, like somebody once said, you know, don't paint that ceiling out because it wouldn't be worth living after that. There would be lighted pitchforks and the villagers would be round your fucking castle at night, coming to see you, not very happy. Yeah. Well, MacGyver, I think we need to let you know what we think of your activities. And that money isn't everything. And money certainly isn't happiness. It really isn't happiness. And those who would say, oh, just leave it alone, Matt, it's not worth it. Well, if we have that attitude, then you're all a bunch of sheep, and that's why you like paying high taxes and getting fucked over and going 9 to 5, Monday to Friday to work, because you are just basically wanting Satan's cock rammed right up your fucking rear. Yeah? You obviously love that pain, yeah? I don't. Okay? I like a cock up my arse, but I don't like it from the wrong places. So yeah. I shouldn't really say that, but hey, what the fuck? We're on 12 minutes, and what I'm saying is we're going to get creative. We'll have to find a creative way to let Mr. MacGyver know that we are not happy with his time there. He didn't do a good job, and actually he made it very awkward for everyone that was there. And he basically fucking led to the demise of the barge into the situation that it is in now. And you know, whether you believe that Pietro and his horrible behaviour and his shitty food, you know, which you wouldn't even want to give to a fucking a horse, yeah, his whole behaviour and attitude towards a very famous pub that's famous for crop circles, yeah, is something you can't do that. You can't do that. You just can't do that, yeah. And if you think you can do that, yeah, you are fucking tripping on fucking mescaline, yeah? If you think you can come to a countryside pub that's world famous and it's got a big community of boaters and everyone else, if you think you can just turn up and buy that place and fuck it around and put your own artwork up and fucking and go, look at me, yeah? When really, you know, it's a crop circle pub and you think you can fill the place with your own fucking musical artworks and shit, yeah? And then run one day, open the gallery for one day, and the only fucking thing that goes in the gallery is your artwork, yeah? And then the pub is famous for fucking crop circles, but you never allow one day of anyone else, nothing, zero, not one day of anyone else's artwork, just your own, yeah? So you took lottery money to open a gallery that only opened for one day with your artwork. Oh, this guy's a fucking cunt. This guy is a cunt off the end of the scale, right? you and Hitler would have been good mates. You could have probably hatched some great schemes to fucking, gas more people or fucking work something out like that, yeah? I mean, this is the sort of people you're dealing with, yeah? They're fucking great, They're very resourceful at fucking everything over and people over, so they can get rich or fuck things, yeah? They love it. They love doing this shit. They fucking love it. They thrive on it, yeah? And I think we need to, memorialise this chapter, this dark chapter in the fucking, in the Bargain's history, where because of greed and because of fucking childish jealousy and fucking ego of a rich cunt, yeah, with his money, playing games with other people's fucking lives and aspirations, yeah, and using public money and lottery money, misappropriating it. One could even say stealing it, yes, stealing it, because when you take money for something and you don't provide a fucking service, yeah, what's that? Yeah, what is that? Yeah. And when you take something that's meant to be for pub community use and then you end up fucking ploughing all that money into it, yeah, from the lottery, and that all goes in his back pocket, and then he doubles the value from 400 or 500,000 he paid for it to 900,000. That's doubling his fucking money. That's sickening. So I think we need to let him know. So anyway, what the fuck? I think we have to be creative and let him know what a cunt he is. We've got loads of ideas, loads of them, and what we're going to do is hopefully unfold that in some way, if we can, without getting into trouble. We will do something that will kind of, help him and maybe, the people around him realise just what sort of person Ian MacGyver is. Mr. MacGyver, yeah. The best thing that ever happened to the barge. Yes, yes. Yes, the best thing that ever happened to the barge was buying it, getting lottery money, and then keeping it all and not actually giving them what they'd been given the lottery money for. That was the best thing that ever happened to the barge, was the lottery money coming into his pocket. That was the best thing that ever happened to the barge. Yes, Yeah. Time to atone. Time for karma. See ya.